Cancer took my grandpa's life. Skin cancer, to be exact. His passing it has changed my life in ways I will never be able to describe. It's changed the way I live every day and has affected decisions big and small. But more than his actual passing, the path his cancer took my family on has changed who I am as a person. The day he was officially diagnosed was the day before my 16th birthday. My parents broke the news and I couldn't help but start crying. He'd had skin cancer before, but this time it was much worse. It started with more doctor's appointments. Next, however, was the part that hurt the most. My grandpa was on lots of pain medication and was undergoing chemotherapy and radiation, and he was no longer the man he once was. Gone was the man who would crack a joke about anything and didn't miss his grandkids' events. And in its place was a quiet, frail man who left the house only for appointments. The summer after he was diagnosed was a hard one for my entire family. We hardly ever left his house. I was swimming and I would come home from practice, and I wouldn't go home, I would go to his house so we could spend as much time with him as we could, because as the months went on, we knew what was going to happen. The day before he died, I was able to feed him his last meal. It was a Boston cream pie cake baked by his oldest sister. That was a really special moment because his love of Boston cream pie had inspired me to start a baking business that I ran while I was in high school. It was mostly influenced by him and his love for Boston cream pie cake. And his sister made some and brought it to him, and he wasn't very hungry, so we made sure that he had a slice of her cake, and I was the one who was able to feed it to him. And the next day, he passed with both his daughters and his wife, and my family has never been the same since then. We're closer, for sure. We spend more nights together than we ever had before. We treasure each other a lot more. We realize how important it is to spend time with those we love and those we're close to while they're here. But most importantly, we've been able to appreciate who my grandpa was and been able to just really rejoice in the time we had with him. He had struggled with his health for a long time, and sadly, he lost his fight before we were ready, but we know that he's in a much better place now and finally free from pain. One of the things that my grandpa loved the most was the Longhorns. I am not at UT, I'm at A&M, Gigamags, and that was a hard choice for me at first. But I've realized that who my grandpa was more than just the school. And when I was looking into colleges, I realized that my grandpa would have wanted me to be at A&M. The school embodies everything he taught us and everything he wanted his grandchildren to be. And this scholarship will allow me to continue to thrive at A&M and carry on his legacy, and to just share his love of the Beatles and Boston cream pie and goofy songs and everything that makes you smile.